So apparently, the war in Iran is back on. What does this mean for you, the individual? And what's going to happen with the stock markets, oil prices, and gasoline? All of that in today's video. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. I am here to cover the absolute necessities you need to know right now this week. We are going in, by the time you're watching this video, it's Monday, and everybody is watching what's going on with Iran. Why? Because the previous escalation caused the entire world to basically be looking at the Strait of Hormuz and asking the question, what is going on for me, the individual? Well, at this time of the recording, you can see that oil is gaining. They're kind of worried. They're looking at it and asking the question, okay, what's next? Is this going to be like the last time? Is it going to be over faster? Who knows? That's what they're all saying. And WTI crude right now, as of this recording, is at about $80 a barrel. We'll see what happens as the days and the weeks go on. What did Trump say? 60 days more of war. Why? Because it's a new war and they don't have to declare this with Congress. They could just do what they want. And there you go. Another 60 days, which last time, of course, certainly extended beyond that. When we look at it in terms of the indexes, I want to break it down a little bit further and go into the actual sectors. And when I want to try to explain this for you, you could see what happened with energy prices. They really rode up during this period of time, peaking out in the end of March 30th. And that's energy in general, I should say, not just oil. But when we can see these type of activities happen, this impacts you, your gasoline prices, transportation prices. Me, as an on Amazon, basically as a seller, I had to experience higher fees. They said, oh, those fees are going to get passed down to you. And then you could decide, do you want to then pass them down to the consumer, or do you want to leave them where they are? This is the dilemma of every business, and they all increased their prices. You know that. You went to the store and you saw the prices going up and they added a fee on here and a fee on there, and it doesn't get turned around. I was listening to Bloomberg and they were actually talking about how all the different, they manufacture so-called food, and those type of companies were increasing their prices so much. And the consumers were saying, that's too expensive. So what did they do? It literally said, we can cut back a little bit on the price, but we're going to do some shrinkflation at the same time, and we'll, balance that out. You are getting the short end of the stick both ways, because they're not going to bring the price back down to where it was, and you're going to get less product, less service, less product, more cost. That's your future. Now, having said that, when we look at this overall, you have to just pay very close attention to what it means for you as the individual. Where like, you look out into the future here and understand this. Think about it for 1 second. If we are in this world that we're in right now, inflation and all kinds of prices rising, what can we expect for the next 6 months, for the next year, or beyond? Well, let me tell you, spoiler alert, there is more inflation to come. And if you knew that, what would you do? That's the question I ask always on the Finance Friday. What would you do if you knew that was the case? Put yourself in that position and then act. This is the futures, just showing you by the time you're watching the video, the market's probably open, but you're going to see a shaky market over the next few days until things get settled, if they get settled. And we have, if I refresh it right here, gold price, you're looking at this, as well as silver. Over the last 60 days, the prices have gone down considerably. And will gold fall below that $4,000 mark? Right now with the tensions, perhaps it can go back up. The market was, when we look at gold, when we look at oil, these markets were coming down. They were saying, hey, everything's fine. But was it really? Well, take a step further. When we look at what insiders are doing, that to me is a telltale sign, absolutely telltale sign of what's coming. And I always love to track what insiders are doing. Now that could be, Trump, or that could be people in the Congress, that could be people that are insiders in the companies. This is my insider watch feature on the moneygps.com. And you could, break this down by the feed, like newest ones first, or you can see who's trading the most, but you can actually see it and the dates and look at the activities. Are they moving? What are they doing? They know more than us. Of course, they have to disclose that, but it is very recent stuff, or at least what I'm able to pull up here, it is public. And then the way I just organize it and the way I pull it in makes it really easy for people. But here it is. I am tracking that information closely, and you should too. Always watch. Are they buying the oil companies right now? Are they doing that? We're going to find out. At least those on the website are going to find out. And then you look at, for example, the Trump trades, which were publicly disclosed as well. And it's all the names that you would be expecting, okay? It's the NVIDIAs and the Amazons and so on. Track the insiders. This is critical because that tells you the future, because they happen to have a crystal ball, right? The Treasury has an internal report warning about the dangers of an AI bubble. Look, it's a report, but what does it mean? It means that we are really, really growing this bubble as big as possible. But what happens to it? What happens to this at this time when things are getting so crazy and you have this perfect storm brewing? Watch out. You have companies that their stocks are nowhere near their true value. And that is a big risk. The average person, like this, foreclosures hit 7-year high as the pandemic relief ends. Default discounts are easiest to get. They're telling you this, okay, here is where you got to go. A lot of people in hardship and so on. The average person cannot make ends meet. The average person is experiencing higher and higher and higher prices, and their disposable income is basically non-existent. So what does that mean? Think about these things. You have to put them into place, and you have to address it. What do I do? As an individual, I am using every possible means of trying to buffer myself from inflation. Why? Because that's been the way it's been for so long. You have people telling you that there's deflation. There are people out there that say printing money does not cause inflation. But they are completely delusional. They're still saying it today. You still have YouTubers out there saying it, and others in the financial industry who are making money off it, obviously. Funds fret over $4.4 trillion AI trio's grip on emerging markets. All right? Look at this. Emerging market volatility surges to 2020 level amid tech swings. It's actually really all over the place that we're seeing this right now in China. You have like everything. Despite the fact that their models are so fantastic, stocks down. Look at China car sales, down. You look at Europe, completely weak right through and through. You look at the US, there are a few bright spots in there, but overall the economy is not strong. What's going on? Well, you have the balance sheets of the major central banks, how much money they're printing, and you compare that to different things. And to me, it's quite shocking to see the divergence. If you can see that, I'll try to zoom in. There is this massive divergence. I'm not aware of a divergence that has been this big before. S&P 500 and major central bank assets. Comparing these two, it's wild to see it. Now, the Federal Reserve printing $40 billion a month. Other central banks are not necessarily expanding their balance sheets right now. PBOC, the People's Bank of China, is doing it. The Bank of Canada is doing it. But some, they are not in that zone. However, some have increased their interest rates. So we're in this kind of like, not everybody is moving together. Before, everybody was cutting rates. At one point, everybody's increasing rates. Right now, it's kind of a mixed bag. And you have to understand that money doesn't stay put. If you print that, it can go and slosh around the global markets and then eventually make its way into certain things. It could be real estate, it could be cryptocurrency, it could be AI stocks in the US, it could be chips, anything. These are the things that we need to watch. What are the insiders doing? What's happening with the central banks and their balance sheets? Interest rates, of course, as they call it, the financial conditions or the financial conditions index. These are all indicators to follow. At this channel, you actually get useful information. And last but not least, how do you put it all together? Well, I think it's extremely important to look at the raw data itself. What's going on with the inflation numbers? Yes, the fake numbers. What's going on with real inflation? I actually have my own way to calculate inflation, which is right in here at the Money GPS as well. But you can do it all yourself. I just make it really easy because then you can actually change it to what you want. Okay, let's just say, for example, you live in a place where housing isn't increasing. I don't know where that is, but like the price, not necessarily the price of the homes, but the expenses in the home. And then you would be able to calculate your own inflation. Now, why this matters is because we have to forecast. So I deal with a lot of inventory. I'm ordering every month. I'm ordering, lots and lots and lots of inventory, and I have to forecast. And so when I'm doing that, I'm factoring in everything. I'm factoring in the fees that I'm currently experiencing. Are we going into the fourth quarter? That's going to be higher fees. What is going on with my ads? Are going to be more expensive? Probably. Do I need to cut back on the expenses there? If so, if I'm cutting back on ads, probably going to sell less units. Okay. So okay. And you understand there's a forecasting and the timing and everything, all of that. And I do the exact same thing with my personal circumstances. You need to do the same. So we capture the raw data. Look at what insiders are doing. Look at what the central banks are doing. The financial conditions. We have to understand a few things. What's going on with real assets right now? Are people worried? Look at what's happening with the bond market. If you see the yields rising, as they are right now at the time of this recording, that is a big concern. Put all that together, and then you take action. I hope you appreciated this information. This right here is themoneygps.com, where I am happy to talk about it each and every day and to show people what it's all about and try to give you as much information as I can from the website, even if you're not a member. When I look at these things, it helps people. It really does. And so that's what I want to show you. I can't show you the Taoist strategy, but I did show a few things. We got the government stakes. What are they doing? What are they buying? And then, of course, it has to update all the time. All the Trump trades, the Pelosi trades, the insider watch, the government stakes, these are actively updating themselves so that you stay in tune with things. You could do that on your own. You could figure out how to look up that information, go to those websites daily, do all that stuff. There's no problem. But you have to be the captain of the ship, okay? You got to figure this out. If you need anything from me, let me know. I'm always available. If you want to check out the site, themoneygps.com, hit the thumbs up to support this channel. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.